Ladies and gents and the rest, today I'm going to show you my 4 decks for the new Heroes Resolve enchant. First of all, what is Heroes Resolve? Leaders level up each time they are played. Every single deck right now is revolved around deploying your hero as many times as possible to stack the levels and to eventually one-shot the core or one-shot the opposite side's army. There are still few usable strategies like cheese with gargoyle and stuff like that. Now we're going to start with the main event of this modifier, probably the easiest deck to play, Charlga, right here. So here's what we're gonna do. I don't know why this talent is here. It's supposed to be this one. By the way, the previous video that I released was the video how to play Charlga, how she works. So if you don't know how Charlga functions, go watch that video. For those who do, here's what we're gonna do. The power of Charlga with this modifier is Charlga costs 1 gold. So she is the cheapest to deploy, and you can deploy as many Charlgas as you can. Yes, she is not strong, and she can easily be killed. She doesn't have a lot of superpowers on the battlefield. However, you will always have 5, 6, sometimes 7 level advantage over the player that uses some other hero against you. Also, Charlga is a hard counter to Hogger, and the Hogger is considered like the top deck right now because he works really well with stacking levels. So the idea of this deck is that we use cheap units, this 4, and Charlga, and we cycle through this. Our goal is to deploy as many Charlgas as we can, and once you do, the enemy won't be able to kill your Charlga with spells anymore, because she's going to be too high level. Stuff like Polymorph will not be working, and she will kill the core like literally in like 2 hits. Well, she doesn't hit, she's like bzzz, she drills things, right? So what we do, we deploy as many Charlgas as we can, and we use Deep Breath and Safe Pilot only if we have to. Because again, if you know how Charlga works, you know what I'm talking about, right? So we don't get this gold cost in our deck, we use low gold cost units. Oh, by the way, let's talk about talents real quick. I use Raptors because it's fast. It can get really quickly to the chest on Alterac Valley. It can get really quickly to the Cobalt. It costs 1 gold, like I said. And I use this talent, Fast Food. If there's 5 Raptors and one of these Raptors kills some unit, all 5 Raptors are going to be healed, not just one thing. Very important thing, Quillbore with a poison talent, because most of the time we use Bristleback. However, with this modifier, Bristleback is not required because Bristleback is good for skeletons, chickens, and stuff like that. Nobody uses those because they give extra gold because of the gold hunt modifier, right? The reason why we use poison is because, first of all, poison kicks things out of stealth. Poison removes the bubble from Murlocs, and it kills Murlocs. Just a poison from Quillbore kills Murlocs without even having to hit them. Also, there's going to be a lot of Thalnoses right now, and Thalnos likes to use Smoke Bomb to save his ass. And that's exactly what we need. We need a Quillbore with poison to reveal Thalnos on the battlefield. That is the idea. Murlocs, the very cheap anti-flying unit with bubble, obviously. Griffon Raider, again, top players say that this is the best 2 gold unit in the game. We use Griffon Raider with increased range, pretty classic, right? Deep Breath can be replaced with Blizzard. You only need it to defend, you don't need it to attack. Even though I use it to attack, but there's nothing you can do if you don't have it, right? Guys, I'm working on the new Onyxia kill. As soon as I kill her, I'll let you know. And of course, Safe Pilot with Stealth Talent, because it still one-shots Darkspear Trolls, and it does a lot of cool things. Now let's take a look at the games that I managed to have with big players. All right, let's go. First game is against Hogger. Perfect example of how to play against Hogger. Again, our first goal and our main goal is to spawn as many Charlgas as we can, and eventually you're just gonna kill everything because Charlgas will, like, the opponent won't be able to kill your Charlgas. Again, just defending, deploying Charlga. You see how easily she can counter Hogger? Don't worry about this Deep Breath. Very soon, it won't be able to kill your Charlga. And this is going to be the moment where you're going to start like being a problem for your opponent. Again, he does the exact same thing. He stacks as many Hoggers as he can. Hogger is pretty much the most popular strategy today. What we do is, again, perfect counter against Hogger is Charlga. Again, Deep Breath still kills our Charlga. Level 12. Now we are already ahead in terms of levels, ahead of our opponent. So we have level 12, and the Hogger that we're going to see will be a lower level, and that advantage is going to keep increasing. Okay, he's level 11. Again, boom. Now we already have Charlga level 13, and that's how it usually goes. Again, try not to use high gold cost units. No, don't use Save Pilot, don't use Deep Breath unless you have to. Right now it's not necessary. We are losing a little bit of core damage, but it's okay. Again, our time hasn't come yet. It's coming. Up. Charlga. Now we're disabling the Prowler. And that was a mistake. You shouldn't have done that. I was supposed to, yeah. Okay, there we go. We managed to deploy Charlga to stop Hogger, but he already died. By the way, now, did you see Deep Breath cannot kill our Charlga anymore? And that is really good, because as soon as somebody wants to damage our core with Hogger, we will be able to stop it easily, and nobody is going to stop us. Keep doing the same thing, gathering gold. And now we're going to launch our first attack with our Charlgas on his base. See what I'm saying? That's how situation changes. Really, like, look at the level difference: 13 level Hogger versus Charlga level 16. That's how it's done. This is the idea of this deck. That's how you should play this deck. Easy peasy. Yeah. Super easy, super peasy. I am using Quillbore with a Bristleback talent. Don't ever do this, because you're better than me, right? Yeah, there we go. Look at how much damage Charlga does to Prowler now. Level 19. And look at the enemy's core. All this little, I don't know what to call Charlga's attacks, like drilling. All this green beam. Whatever it is, it does enormous amount of damage to the core, because the level of the enemy's core does not go up, unlike the level of your Charlgas, right? As you can see, again, I start using spells because it's overtime and we have way more gold now. Again, see, these Charlgas are not counterable anymore, and you will always have more high-level Charlgas, because your Charlga costs 1 gold, his Hogger costs 4 gold. It's just pure math, nothing special, right? You don't need to be super smart. It's basic, like elementary school. Okay, now this is the game against Thalnos. This one is very... Okay, first of all, let's talk about playing against Thalnos. This is very important. When you play against Thalnos, you have to understand one thing, that time works against Thalnos. Yes. Because the power of Thalnos is not in the hero himself. The power of Thalnos is in the hero combined with spells. Over time, the higher the level of your hero is, then shorter the duration of the enemy's polymorph, for example, is going to be. So if you manage to reach level, I don't know, like 15, 16 and higher, a polymorph will only last like 2 or 1 second. And if you're like level 20, a polymorph will last, well, like, it's going to be like a 0.1 second on you. As soon as you see a ship, it will immediately go away, and, you know what I'm saying? So the spells will not work anymore. And that is when you destroy Thalnos. But the only difficulty is that you have to make it to that point. Okay? Let's keep watching. So, by the way, Thalnos, if you can, so let's go. Try to kill the first Thalnos as early as possible, because he gets extra levels, and at the beginning, like, he has to kill you at the start. The faster he kills you, the easier it is for him. Right now, I'm trying to kill this first Thalnos. I'm going to use, I believe, Safe Pilot and Deep Breath at the same time, so he cannot heal himself. All right. I'm preparing the attack, I'm pretty sure. And these ghouls are killing me. Okay, we are casting Safe Pilot and Cheat Death, and I wasted everything. And nobody died. And that, I believe, is going to cost me the game. Now, look at this Thalnos. He's level 16, while my Charlga is like, what, level 10? Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. These two ghouls tanked the crap out of me. And that's pretty much the end of the game. My Charlga is level 12. And it's no match to the Thalnos. I believe I lost all the gold in the middle, and that's why I believe it's not going to be a win. It's going to be a loss. Quillbore is still the best tank for Thalnos. Finally, I decided to send Charlga to get the tower because, by the way, don't be like me. Be smart. There we go. Now he's going to get all the gold, and that's going to be the end, I believe. Yeah. Now look at how it... Okay, I managed to kill this one, but I don't think it's enough. So what we do here, yeah, as you can see now, there's two Thalnoses on the battlefield, and they are already very high level. Yeah, and yeah, my safe pilot is no longer like it's just useless piece of shit now. There's nothing they can do. So I lost the portion of gold at the start. Then I just wasted a deep breath just to kill those two kobolds on the behind, like underneath the bridge, and there wasn't a great use of deep breath, and I'm gonna have to pay for it, right? Because that gold cost is gonna come back to me. I accidentally deployed too many raptors, so this game is just a disaster. I'm surprised I'm still alive, to be honest. So, but again, you have to know what not to do, right? Don't be a fucking idiot like me. Like, look at Thalnos and Charlga. Charlga barely does any damage to him, even though my Charlga was like, yeah, gets one-shotted by Thalnos. There is nothing you can do. Ghouls and losing gold. And now he's still taking all the gold. He's controlling the whole map, and I don't think there's a way to recover from that. I'm trying to do my best. Again, yeah. My core is getting smashed, and that is the game. Don't ever do this. Control the gold, and don't be like me, please. Now it's a different guy, but it's against Thalnos. I think this time we're gonna play better. So again, try to deploy as many Charlgas, and when you play against Thalnos, try to kill Thalnos at the beginning. This is a great use of a deep breath, and we're going to kill first Thalnos. Yeah, like this, boom. We spent a lot of gold, but it's better than losing the game, right? So now we're going to deploy the Quillbore behind, so we could... because Quillbore is the best tank against Thalnos. Now we're going to try to kill Thalnos and ghouls, and it's well, obviously not going to work, because I'm playing, right? What else do you need to know? I'm just looking for ways to kill Thalnos, to kill all Thalnoses. Right now, they're not that big because the map is pretty small and they can stack a lot of levels. They just simply don't have time to be like level 20 by the time they get to my core. Here, this level 14 is gonna get destroyed by one Griffon Raider. It's not a big deal. My Charlgas are going to his core and they can finally do some damage, even though they still level 10 and 11. They can be countered easily. Yeah, but they did a lot of damage before they died, and it was like 2 level 10 and 11, right? Quillbore is tanking. Unfortunately, our ghoul does not allow to hit Thalnos. We're trying to, yeah, we're killing Thalnos using deep breath. Again, you could use easily Blizzard here, no big deal in this particular case. New Thalnos is going. Charlga is damaging the core, and now we already have more damage. We're already better in terms of core damage, right? Again, Thalnos is not super high level. That's why we can just do this double thing and kill Thalnos. And he wholly know what, but it was too late. It was too late. Yeah. So we're doing really well on this map because it's like I said, this map is very small and you can't stack a lot of levels on Thalnos. That's why we are rocking. I'm spending. I use a lot of for gold cost deep breath here to kill Thalnos right away, because if you don't, you know, he's gonna be too high level and he will like 3-shot your core, which you don't want to happen, right? Other than that, it's just pretty much the same strategy. By the way, you see, boom, he just used smoke bomb on his Thalnos, and we deploy Quillbore, and Quillbore reveals everybody. He spreads the poison around. Yep, keep deploying Charlgas. Hoping, not hoping, like we don't need to hope or anything. We're just deploying Charlgas. Charlgas are gonna go big deck, and they will push everything for us. Up. It was a very bad Quillbore deploy. It killed my Charlga. That's okay, right? Right now it's overtime, so we just you know, spend as much gold as you can and keep deploying Charlgas. Charlgas are the key to victory. Up. He used cheat death on his Thalnos. In my opinion, this is not it's not the best spell to have in Thalnos' deck. So again, the player is very strong. He doesn't give up, and he knows that he can still win. And trying to stop everything. And by the way, you see, polymorph lasts for like, I don't know, like 1 second. Up, there we go, we won, but barely. But, you know, we have to be prepared for it because it's very high-level players. Okay, by the way, this is the guy that kicked my ass on Timbermoor Hold with Thalnos. Right now, we're gonna try to have our revenge. Again, throw in Murlocs on the left side so they could go on the bridge by the time that when gold chests show up. The Murlocs are supposed to be on the bridge, and they will be able to shoot both gold chests to kill units on both sides if they have to. Again, using deep breath. This Charlga is probably gonna die, yeah. So we have to control gold and deploy Charlgas. That's what we do, and kill Thalnoses. Boom! This is a perfect moment. Oh, it was my deep breath. Yeah, it's good. You see why this is why I'm using Raptors, because they're very fast and they can get to this gold nodes quickly. In case if there's like a kobold, they can kill it for 1 gold. That's exactly what we need. So right now we're doing okay because we're killing all Thalnoses, and we take all the gold from we control all the gold on the map, and that's how you win the game, especially against Thalnos. Because if you give him a little bit of gold, he will just get to your core with level 20 Thalnos, and he will like 3-shot your core, which we don't want to happen. Right now we are totally controlling everything, and that's why we are going to win this game, I believe. Right, the best tank for Thalnos. Boom. Ooh. I'm using deep breath a lot because I kind of know that I almost won. So if you have a if you have a hard time fighting, try to play carefully and only deploy cheap stuff unless you have to. You absolutely must use deep breath and safe pilot. Yeah. GG's, my man. Yep, that's how it's done. That's how you play against Thalnos. What else do we have? Vox. Oh, by the way, this is a perfect counter, hard counter to Grommash Hellscream deck. Again, same thing. The enemy is gonna try to stack Grommash, and they use, I believe it's a legendary strategy. This vultures. They use these vultures to cycle faster, but these vultures are, I believe, they're just gonna be extra gold for us. Not really much of a use with these modifiers. So what we do is, again, you see how easily Charlga can counter Grommash. Easily peasily. And that's why, like, this is power of Charlga you're looking at right now. Keep stacking Charlgas. Again, over time we're going to do better because our Charlga gets levels very much faster. Again, boom. And Grommash is not going to hit anybody. And that's how you play against current S tier decks. Charlga, my friends, Charlgita. By the way, you see how many vultures we have now? All of that is going to be converted to gold because of gold can't modify, right? We have shitload of gold in the middle. We're going to try to take that later. Right now, we only care about killing Kobold, so Kobold doesn't get all 6 gold, and we keep stacking Charlgas, nothing else. You see, now our Charlga managed reach the core, and look how much damage she did to the enemy's core. Woo-hoo-hoo. Again, one more Charlga. When you have Charlga, try to deploy her, even if she's not required on the battlefield. Just keep going, keep throwing Charlgas left and right. The Kobold is not gonna make it, which is exactly what we need. I believe my Charlga is gonna die anyway. Oh no, we're going for a tower. I'm so stupid. I go for tower so rarely when I play on any map. And Charlga is like the nightmare of all the towers in the world, and I always forget about it. Now you see level 12 Grommash versus level 15 Charlga, and it will only get worse for him. And Charlga is going for the enemy's core. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Up. Yeah, that's the game. That's how you control everything. Because you have Charlga, your Grommash is kind of useless. And even if you not as good as your player, because of this setup, you can easily defeat Hoggers and Charlga and Grommashes. I've seen a couple of times when people would stack Baron Raven there, but it's not really that effective. And yeah, look at Charlga. Look what they're doing. Boom, 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 boom. That's the game. Grommash Hellscream. That's how you play against Grom. By the way, people use them too. I'm not a big fan of that, but people use it. Okay, this is the same player, and I believe he is going to play something different. I didn't see what the hero was, but yeah, it is. Now this is Hogger. Again, Charlga is a hard counter for Hogger, nightmare of a Hogger. And let's see what's going to happen in this game. Pretty much the exact same idea. We're going yes, we're deploying Murlocs, and now we deploy Charlga to counter Hogger, and for some reason I deployed her on the right side. Yes, because, yeah, he would have died anyway. These little Murlocs, they are a real nightmare. And that's why, for them, you try to deploy Quillbore by them, so it kills them with poison. And you see, level 8 Raptor almost kills level 10 Safe Pilot. And that is the power of Raptors. 1 gold, alpha males. Up. Bam. Unfortunately, yeah, she didn't last long. But keep stacking Charlgas, because in late game, Hogger is going to be a nightmare, and we don't want any nightmares in our core, right? Oh shit! He he knows how to play Whelpecks. However, Whelpecks are 6 units, and they will give us a lot of gold. I guess we have to give him the gold, and I deployed my Quillboard too late. There's nothing you can do. I don't know why he wastes 3 gold on 2 gold Griffon Raider. I don't think it's a big deal, but I guess he had some logic behind that. Okay, keep throwing Charlgas on the battlefield, and that's pretty much all we can do. Like, if you play this deck below 4,000, you don't even need to think. You just, like, look at your core, and you just throw Charlgas, like, Raptors, Murlocs, Griffon, Charlga, Raptors, Murlocs, Griffon, Charlga, and that's your rotation. Here, we're playing against very strong players, that's why we have to think, you know. By the way, you see this? Charlga, 1 gold hero. Look what she's doing. Against the top alpha male of today's modifier. Hogger. Easily peasily. And that, I believe, yeah, it's a game, and I'm gonna lose all the conscious, and I'm gonna start soon. I'm going to start using deep breath. I don't know why I'm not doing that still, because I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, Hogger is coming. I'm trying to find my Charlga. Yeah, so Charlga is found. Boom, we stop Hogger. Ba-bam! And he is not going anywhere. Our core is barely damaged comparing to his, because we have Charlga. Imagine if we didn't have her, probably would have been dead already. That is how you play against Hogger, ladies and genatos. And why am I not using Debra finally? Okay. But it's not enough. He's trying to do something to the core, but we're not gonna let it happen. Yeah, this core is so close and so far at the same time for him. Alright, Vox, GG's. Hogger, the top alpha male of this enchant. You're gonna see probably 90% of your games are gonna be Hoggers versus Hoggers. Playing Hoggers versus Hoggers. All Hoggers are gonna be everywhere. So the idea is pretty much the same. Deploy as many Hoggers as you can. Have a minimum to defend. In my case, I have Sheep and I have Safe Pilot. It's kind of the same thing. You polymorph something, you Safe Pilot that, it does extra damage. It pretty much kills like things like Huntress, things like low-level Thalnos and stuff like that. Very simple. And everything else, as you can see, it's cycle units. Quillboar with poison, we already know what for. Griffon Raider, same thing. Bubble Murloc, same thing. And here I use bandits with poison. For some reason, you don't get any bonus gold when you open the chest with a gold talent. I think it's a bug, so that's why everybody uses anything but gold talent. And of course, we use Hogger with a Hemhawk. I try to use poison, it's just not that good, and Hemhawk stacks with level really well. So if you deploy it 3 times, you're gonna get, instead of 100% HP, you're gonna get 130% HP, and every level will affect this extra 30% HP. So you're gonna be getting way more HP every level than your opponent. So that's why I use that. And at some point, when the level of your Hogger is too high, your Hogger is way more tanky. It's pretty much 30% harder for the opponent to kill your Hogger. That's why we use Hemhawk. Strategy is very simple. Deploy as many Hoggers and watch your opponent suffer. Let's see how it's done in real life and how to play against other units and heroes. I mean, heroes, not units. Fucking idiot. Alright, let's go. Our first game is going to be against Thalnos. Okay, Thalnos. Again, a few words about Thalnos. It's pretty much like with Charlga. Thalnos versus Hogger in a late game. Thalnos has 0 chances, because without spells, and the spells will not last long on the Hogger, because the Hogger is going to be too high level, right? So Thalnos against Hogger, Thalnos has 0 chances. Hogger will beat the shit out of Thalnos. However, it's really hard to make it so, and Thalnos knows it, and Thalnos is going to try to kill you at the beginning as fast as possible. So the scariest thing with Thalnos is that when he makes it to your core while having like level 20 Thalnos because of the spells, he can have level 20 Thalnos like literally right now, while you are gonna be like level 10. So again, I guess I missed the beginning. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we are trying to kill early Thalnos. With polymorph, it's really easy. And by the way, the way you polymorph, for those who don't know, is you save pilot first, and as your save pilot is about to land, you polymorph at the very end, so the polymorph lasts longer, and save pilot can do a few hits while the target is still polymorphed. All right. So we are trying to fight in the middle of the map. The problem is that ghouls are a huge problem here. They tank a lot. They tank really well, and we're trying to again to get this gold chests. Bandits for kill. By the way, boom! Look what he did. He uses a smoke bomb with a talent that smokes bomb everything, and he hid a gold chest from my Hogger, and this invisibility on the chest will last 10 seconds because, as you can see, the gold chest is level 1, and if it's level 10 smoke bomb, it's going to last pretty much almost 10 seconds, right? So we managed to kill this Hogger, this Thalnos in the middle, but these ghouls, like I said, look how much they can tank. They tank so much stuff, and that is going to pretty much win the game because we're doing everything right. We just, deploying again, throwing Hoggers as many times as we can. But you see these Murlocs, they're in the perfect position, but they can't kill anybody because killing armored ghoul with 2 little Murlocs, it even sounds like a joke. I'm trying to stop Thalnos here so I could kill him with my squad on top, but they attacking the core, they're attacking the ghoul, and my Thalnos is just slowly going to my core, and there's nothing I can do. I'm again throwing one more Hogger, trying to do something about this Thalnos. Idiotically wasted my Murlocs. And look, watch. Level 13 Hogger against level 19 Thalnos is still strong. So you still have chances. However, if your Thalnos makes it to your core, while being level 20 against level 9 core, no Hogger is going to save you. Because we did terribly, very poorly on in the middle of the start of the game. This is where all our problems come from. Polymorph still lasts long. That's why Thalnos manages to kill our Hogger. There's nothing we can do. Our Quillbore is going to tank a little bit, obviously, but level 22 Thalnos. Welcome to Warcraft Rumble, boys. We're going to try to get this gold, but he has Arcane Blast and he can control everything on the map. He can kill our kobolds, he can kill our Murlocs. See, 15 level versus level 18, and again, we still almost killed this guy. Again, we're trying to do as much as we can, but again, it's almost impossible to win at this point. Because it's overtime, my Hogger is not stacked enough, and 2 very big fat Thalnoses come into our core. Again, the beginning of the game pretty much determined what is happening now. Because he pretty much killed our core with spells. Okay, this is what you're gonna see pretty often. It's Hogger versus Hogger. The strategy here is whoever deploys more Hoggers wins. So this guy is using poison talent. I understand his logic. Your Hogger is gonna die very often, right? So it's better if you do as much damage as you can to the enemy's core, and that's why I think he is using poison Hogger. Let's see what we're doing here. Again, there is nothing to, there can be no advices, no suggestions, because it's all about your micro and how many Hoggers you've deployed. My Hogger was one level lower because from the beginning because his Hogger was level 10, mine was level 9. I don't have any level 10 units still, so that's why his Hogger will always be one level higher. For some reason, he wasted Chain Lightning few times on my bandits, and he will do it again. Yeah, again, for some reason, he wasted Chain Lightning on my Murlocs. I don't know why, but like nobody really needs this safe pilot. He doesn't really give any value, but he polymorphed my Hogger to kill it. I believe he is going to kill it, but again, my Hogger is lower level, and this actually shows that Hem Hogger is much better than Poison. Because my Hogger is lower level, and it tanks really well, and it does a lot of damage as well. So it's definitely better, and at least in PvP, to have Hem Hog rather than Poison. Poison is really good for dungeons. Excuse me. Again, nothing to say, just pure micro. You do damage to the core. Okay, boom, Quillbore. Just destroyed bubbles and pretty much almost killed Murloc solo, but Griffon Raider helped a little bit. Again, I need one more Hogger. Now we'll finally I believe we'll do some damage to the core. Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom, boom. It's very dangerous in the late game to allow enemies Hogger to make it to your core, because you hit really hard, because the level difference between the core and the Hogger is huge. Keep that in mind. Oh, by the way, this is a trick that not everybody knows. If you deploy something here, whatever is going here will be aggroed by this thing. So that's why we kind of we managed this Hogger to come here, and this is going to be our Hogger is going to be here. So we're going to beat the crap out of him, and he's not going to make it to our core with his Hogger. So that was the idea. Up, unfortunately. But we managed to get all the gold from his node, so we're cool and sexy. Again, doing the same thing, baiting the Hogger, killing this Hogger because we had Griffon Raider, right? Polymorph has a much shorter duration now. Our Quillbore is going to tank the core a little bit, and we are going to do a lot of damage to the enemy's core. See? Only 2 Hogger made it to the core, and we are already better than this guy in terms of damage. Level 17. Yeah. Up. There we go. Because, again, don't let enemies Hogger to get to your core, because it's going to kill it really fast. Like, you won't even notice anything. You won't even be able to do anything. Unfortunately, I don't have any deep breath. That's why I actually have to make it to the core and kill it by hand. But during overtime, he can deploy a lot of stuff, right? So it's really hard to do when you don't have any attacking spells. But again, we'll do our best. And by the way, I have a higher level Hogger, which means I managed to deploy more Hoggers than he did. And that's how you win again, Hogger versus Hogger. It's, again, pretty boring, no secrets, just purely play better. I know it sounds pretty bad and you want something specific, but there's nothing. If you have identical heroes, it's whoever manages gold better, plays micros better. Okay, this is, by the way, this is a bane of your existence. This is Baron Gargoyle deck, and you're going to suffer playing this deck, playing against this deck really badly, because these frozen skeletons are going to cause so many problems to your Hogger. They're going to be slowing you a lot, and you know our main power source is a Hogger, and he's going to be slowed. And the Gargoyle is coming. I have nothing to counter Gargoyle with really quickly, so I have to attack it a lot, and I have to start attacking from far away. And because Gargoyle is always supported by these frozen skeletons, it's going to be really hard. As you can see, one Gargoyle is going to make it, and watch. Bam! Bam. Well, I'll kill this one, but the second guard will 100% kill me. There's nothing you can do. Um, like, just take it as like, you have to lose. You can't counter everything. And this strategy, you're not going to see it often because everybody's so crazy about stacking levels on new heroes on this with this new modifier. So just you lose it. You lose to this strategy. It's okay. Like, I took it. Let's move on. There's nothing you can do unless you are replacing something. You replace something in your deck, which will make playing Hogger, like stacking levels on Hogger, worse, right? Oh, by the way, it's same thing as the first match that I lost against the same guy on the same map. This time we're going to try to play better, and we have to win the gold chest here. And by the way, boom! See what I did? We just did the same thing. You save pilot, you polymorph, and I got all the gold from the middle, and my kobold is gonna get all the gold from the top. So it was a great beginning. We killed everything. We didn't lose. Even if we lost everything, we would still be in a better position. But again, we are fine. Now we keep doing the same thing, stacking hoggers, controlling the gold. That's all we need to do. Again, Thalnos in the late game is gonna suck. All we have to do is try to keep, like this. Try to keep killing Thalnos. Boom, like this. He spent a lot of gold on the Arcane Blast and Polymorph, and Smoke Bomb. So he doesn't have any gold right now. And that's our two hoggers are gonna keep pressuring like that. Yeah, he still tries to do something with his Thalnos, but it's a level 11. He doesn't have any gold to cast spells, and we're going to take the middle, gold in the middle with our Murlocs. They're fast. They're gonna get both chests, I believe, and we're gonna keep pressuring, just deploying as many hoggers as we can. And again, boom, polymorph, bam. Bam, bam, everything dies. Save pilot. When she hits by hand, polymorph target, oh my god. Hogger, new Hogger is coming. Boom, boom, boom. Again, same thing. Don't even need save pilot. Look what he does. Bam, 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 bam. Doing pretty well. Again, we won this beginning of the game, and that's how, from this point, these players kind of know what they're doing. So if you win the beginning, you kind of win the whole game. Sometimes, they can do a great comeback, but it's not going to be the case, right? So yeah, keep pressuring, and you're going to win the game. Deploy hoggers, control gold. Deploy hoggers, control gold. Cycle through the cheap units. Deploy hoggers. In every situation that when you don't know what to do, you deploy hoggers. Dun, 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 dun. That is how you play this deck. Rend! Initially, I was very skeptical about stacking levels on Rend, because Rend is really, he is very expensive. And also, I have never seen cheap Rend decks. However, my smartest in the world chat suggested that it might work. So what we have here, we have 3 cheap units. Again, same thing. You already know them, these 3 guys with the same talent. And these 2 units they're kind of bad for gold hunt, but for some reason it works. So we need harpies, especially harpies, because harpies allow you to not care about hoggers at your core. They kill hoggers really quickly, especially the very first hoggers, the low-level ones. And Rend can afford being lower level than the opposite hero and still win. Plus, when Rend drops when you kill the Drake, Rend that is on the ground has armor status, which means if he goes one-on-one against Hogger, It takes forever to kill your Rend because of the armor status. You get 50% damage from guys like Hogger and stuff like that, right? On the ground, Rend is pretty strong, and if you're playing this deck by stacking levels on Rend, you win as many times as you win on Hogger, Charlga, and other heroes. The best talent on Rend, Scale and Steel. Again, don't have Deep Breath. Try to replace things here and use Blizzard. We just need to kill things by our core and stop things, stuff like that. Deep Breath is not necessary. It's not even the best option for this deck. I think Blizzard would be better, but Deep Breath is Deep Breath. Again, these two, they are going to be 2 gold as well. So if you have your Rend on the battlefield, and you will always have Rend on the battlefield, these are going to be cycle units as well. 2 gold, 2 gold. And like I said, Harpies are a hard counter to any high HP unit in the game, so it's kind of good. Let's take a look at the games. Playing against Jaina, I didn't want to show this game, but again, in case you play against Jaina, it actually starts pretty strong until you have enough levels on your Rend, and until your Rend becomes unkillable, you're gonna suffer a lot. So the beginning is pretty standard. Like I said, you have these 2 gold well packs that you can kill Jaina with, right? And that's exactly what we're gonna do. But he has Holy Nova, which is very surprising, and he actually destroys the crap out of us. So he executes the tower, and then he casts Blizzard on it while Jaina was on the battlefield, and that kills our tower. He uses pretty classic, I can't call it Turtle Jaina, but it kind of is. I'm waiting until, yeah, I was waiting until I have enough gold. With Deep Breath, our Rend is now higher level, and it's a little harder to kill him. Rend attacks the way, like pretty much like Hogger, in the semicircle, everything in front of him. Our Murlocs deal with Griffon Raider, and we keep moving towards the enemy's core. And our Jaina kills it with Execute. She kills our Rend, and Execute hits much harder because it's higher level with Jaina. But we keep deploying Rends, and we keep stacking Rends. We don't care about anything else other than getting gold. Gold, yeah, gold. It's capitalism, so get as much gold as you can. Our Rend is already 2 levels higher, and at some point he will become almost impossible to kill. And he kind of has extra HP pool because he starts off on the Drake, right? And by the way, Jaina used Execute on our Rend's Drake, and it's kind of waste of Execute in my opinion, because Drake has very small amount of HP compared to Rend that you have to deal after the Drake dies. That you have to deal with after Drake dies. Very smart use of Blizzard, and very dumb of me. Deploying so many units was very stupid. I kind of forgot that he has Blizzard, so for some reason my Rend was still level. Never mind. I shouldn't have used this Deep Breath in my opinion. I should have deployed 1 more Rend. As you can see, Harpies work really well. Even if you give them a lot of gold, it's still no big deal. It's like maybe 1 or 2 gold. But your attacks are so deadly. You do extra damage to Quillbore, so you don't care. Boom, you charge Jaina, and you kill Jaina right away. So you're gonna do no, you're not gonna do any damage to the core. Rend of level 13 and 14, you see how hard he hits the enemy's core. He hits like freaking truck right now. And it will only get worse. So if Rend makes it to the enemy's core, man, that's pretty much the end of the game. Believe I'm gonna use Deep Breath on this one. Oh no, not gonna use anything. Boom. Watch, bam. Bam. Hits really hard. It is really hard to kill. So our Rend is just level 14. It's almost impossible to kill now. Even with Jaina's, buffed spells, it's still impossible. Like, watch. Spends so much stuff, and he's still alive. They only killed Drake. Look at the enemy score. Bam. 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 Almost dead, and we're trying to... Now we can just spam things. He's almost dead anyway. There is no way he's gonna make it. Yeah. Charge Jaina, one-shot Jaina. Bam. GG's. In case you play against Jaina, you know how to do it. What do you mean how to do it? You do it the same way. You just stack Rends. That's how we do it with this modifier. We stack things. It doesn't matter what you play. So playing buffers like Jaina and Emperor, it's not the best thing in the world. We're playing against Grommash Hellscream, and it's actually, I believe it's a loss, and you will see why it's a loss. I made a few mistakes. First of all, obviously your Rend is a hard counter to Grommash one-on-one, because Grommash can't even hit Rend, right? However, see, I'm deploying Quillbore underneath my under my Rend, so it aggroes Grommash and I kill Grommash right away. So we start off the same way. We kill, we stack as many Rends as we can, and eventually we plan to win. We are much better than Grommash because in terms of defense, because we have armor status and Grommash doesn't have any armor statuses. Up. He destructs my Rend with Quillbore, and the way I deployed my Harpies was the stupidest in the world, the dumbest way ever. We're trying to defend. Grommash is level 12. We are still level 10, but it's okay. Like I said, because it's Rend, you can afford being lower level. Right now, I'm about to make that mistake that will pretty much make me lose the game. So I'm deploying, yeah, right here. See, I'm deploying Rend on the right side instead of deploying it here, like behind my core, so I could defend it against Grommash. Now look what he's gonna do to my core. I underestimated the damage that he can do, and watch. This is just one Grommash. Watch. This one little thing, one Grommash with half HP, killed my core. Shit can happen. There's nothing you can do. Now, this is Baron, and I thought that it was going to be a problem because he has frozen skeletons, and I don't know how Rend is going to deal with frozen skeletons. It's a very painful thing to deal with. Rend is slow, like by definition, on his own, but with frozen skeletons, I can't even imagine how bad it's going to be. So I'm using everything I have to stop stop that attack. Rend is very tanky, but again, with frozen skeletons, I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't seen the problems that they can cause yet, but I still don't know how it's going to go. He misses his safe pilot, and we managed to kill his Baron. So the guy is stacking Baron. Honestly, might actually be really good, because Baron is armored unit, very fast and tough. But he only attacks single targets, and I think this is his problem. So we are controlling gold, and we're gonna have I believe we're gonna have a huge fight for this gold. Yeah, like that. I hope we're gonna, yeah. So our Rend is close enough, so we're not gonna lose the chest. And as you can see, there's a frozen skeleton. Oh no, there's no frozen skeleton, so we killed it. He gets the gold. And again, keep stacking Rends and see what happens. We deep breath as much stuff as we can. We hit his core. We hit safe pilot. Da 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 da. Tun tun tun. He kills our Harpies and our Rend as well. And he takes the gold, which I didn't like. I thought it was the beginning of my end. And he keeps spawning Barons. It kind of works pretty well too. So I have to try it as well someday. Again, these frozen skeletons are pushing everything everywhere, but my Rend is a card counter to his Baron, obviously. We deploy Quillbore to distract safe pilot, and I believe we're using Quillbore without a poison, which is a very, very, very bad mistake, but that's me. Thank you. Trying to control gold below. gold nodes, and I believe it's going to be the beginning of a big push. You see, a deep breath can no longer kill our Rend, even though our Rend didn't even have full HP. But that is how it's gonna go. It kills forever now to kill Rend because he's very high level, even though he's level 12 only versus level 13 Baron. See? Cannot kill. They cannot kill the Drake anymore. It took him like 2 hits of Save Pilot and a Deep Breath to kill 1 Drake of my Rend. And my Rend is just gonna ignore Griffon Raider and gonna go straight to the core. As you can see, I'm supposed to lose right now. I mean, if the game ends now, I would lose. But watch, bam, bam, bam. I believe my 1 Rend made it, did few hits, and now the situation is completely different. We still have our 2 gold well pegs because we have Rend. It goes 2 gold, right? So it's really good. And yeah, now we keep trying to make it to his core and hit the core, and we have well pegs that we deploy right by our core, so Baron would have to hit them before he gets to our core, and after that he will have 3 whelps on his ass, right? Again, Rend made it to the core and he hits like a mother freaking truck, and that is how you win this game. 10 seconds left. Da-da! Right? Okay, this is classic that you're gonna see every game. 90% of the game playing against Hogger on the same map. I have to throw Murlocs because my Hogger Rend is a flying unit. I cannot contest gold chests, but that is how it's gonna go. Using Deep Breath to hit as many targets as we can. Killing first Hogger easily. And our Rend is still alive. Can't believe that. Level 9, I know. We distract Griffon Raider. And yeah, I thought it was cool, but no, I'm not the only smart guy here, unfortunately. Bam! She's gonna try to hit our Rend again and kill it, but it's not gonna work. We're getting fatter and fatter. Our Whelp eggs did a great job killing both Hogger and Griffon Raider. So now we don't have a lot of ground units, unfortunately. So we always have to take care of, like, we always have to pay attention to the gold chests and put any extra effort to get gold from the gold chests. My Rend made it to the core, and watch what's happening. More than a half of HP made by 1 Rend. That's why you should be totally fine with stacking Rends. They are great and very easy to deal with. Up. So we deploy eggs right where Hogger is supposed to be hidden, so it spawns our whelps, and our whelps are gonna kill. They're gonna do a lot of damage. I don't have enough gold to Deep Breath when they did. It was kind of too late, but that's fine, right? You're not gonna say it. Don't tell anybody. I'm trying to contest the gold chests, and my Harpies are gonna help me with that. They're going to shred enemy's Quillbore. We're gonna get gold. Our Hogger, this Hogger becomes very dangerous, so still no match to our Rend, but there's 1 more Hogger right away. So, but we have Harpies, so we are kind of fine with that. We just deploy Harpies here, and they're just gonna deal with Hogger really, really quickly. Also deploying Quillbore with poison. No, man, he doesn't even have poison talent. That's how dumb I am. If he did have poison talent, he would have killed those Murlocs, by the way. See how terrible I am? Keep stacking Hoggers. We're already level 13, and that is huge, because if he hits the core, man, this guy will regret that he didn't kill me earlier. Hogger is very fast, very strong, but we're a flying unit, right? That's why he's not gonna do anything to us. Keep stacking Hoggers, and everything's gonna be fine. In any unusual situation in your life, Jewish people say you go to bed. We say we keep stacking hero, keep stacking levels. Boom. This guy knows that if I make it to his core, he is gonna lose the game. He is going all in. I understand him. And he almost... Yeah. I forgot that I was gonna lose this game. Okay. This is what not to do, guys. Oh my god, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna keep this game here. That's fine. Man, I totally forgot that I lost this one. Okay, this is RD, one of the top alpha males in our community, and he is stacking Charlga, which is what I showed you previously, right? So be very careful. Don't try to not make it to the late game. Try not to let it go to the late game and try to kill it earlier. But again, this is Rend. This is a little different than playing against Hogger when you're Charlga. So I don't know if I'm in trouble or he is. We'll see a bit later, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna win this 100%. Like, what are you talking about? Man, how did I fucking manage to put this game into... I have enough losses in my life. Like, come on. Okay, never mind. Charlgita is level 12, and we are going to obviously we're going to be much lower level than Charlga because we're Rend, and we're not one piece of shit gold, right? We are like alpha male. We cost a lot of gold, and you know, we respect ourselves. All right. Distracting safe pilot on the bridge so she doesn't kill our Drake, so our Drake can kill everything from the sky. There is so much gold down there on the nodes. We're going to get that ASAP. So our Drake dies, but I think it's more like right now it's even bigger problem because now our Rend is a ground unit and he hits much harder than a Drake. Dun, 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 dun. That is, I believe... No, I don't believe in anything. Keep stacking Rends, keep stacking Rends. And that's all you do. Now deep breath. Exactly, that's my man. He has polymorph, but our Rend doesn't care about polymorph. We're going to kill this Murlocs, and we're going to try to make it to his core. And as soon as we make it to the core, we're going to do a lot of damage. But welcome to Charlga. Yeah. There's nothing I can say. Charlga is a pretty much hard counter to ground Rend. We're in a very good spot. We did more damage to his core than he did to ours, but it's not enough. We still have to win this game, and we need to somehow distract Charlga. Yeah, like, oh my god, this is not good. But I believe we threw well pegs at his Charlga's feet. That's why she killed herself by opening the eggs. Deep breath. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, but unfortunately, I lost this gold chest. It's okay. Up. Again, Charlga is just so bad for us. She is killing our Rend for absolutely free. There is absolutely nothing we can do. And yeah, it's overtime. We barely damaged his core. We are still better than him, but it can change. You just saw what Hogger did in the last seconds with my core. So don't let Charlga attack your core. I believe she will make it to the core. Yes. Look what he's doing. He is polymorphing my Rend So the Charlga could do Charlga will do so much damage. So be careful. Don't let a hero hit your core at the end. I think we are in a better spot right now. Yeah, we damaged the core a little bit better than he did. So yeah, that's the end. Unfortunately, a lot of games at the high level will end like that. Barely made it, but that's what happens when both players know what they're doing. I hope it was informative. Let's take a look at Thalnos. He is going to be our last hero for this modifier. All right, our last hero is Thalnos. Who could have thought that this hero will be an S tier hero with their Hero's Resolve modifier? You know, I expected him to be an S tier guy during the Gold Rush, but turns out it works now. So I have seen both of these talents perform really well. I prefer Lifesteal because it makes you a little tankier, and you know when you reach high level, your hits are actually give you a lot of HP. But I've also seen Bane, when people stack attack power, they just turn to machine gun and then they do enormous amount of damage in like 2 or 3 seconds. So it's a personal preference. Anything goes. Any of these two. Obviously, we have to have certain spells, as many spells as ideally as many spells as we can, but we need to have a minimum to be able to survive and gain levels. And also we have Quillbore, you know, destruction on demand. We have this guy, he is unbound also, and he will help us get gold because our Thalnos is very, very, very slow. We need something that can get to where we need to really quickly. That's why we have 2 unbounds. And also, like, this, technically it's only to buff us, to cycle through and give us, you know, extra level because it's a spell. Now, talents here, a lot of people use this just to buff their Quillbores and their cycle units. But I like this one because I like to, you know, to hide gold chests as well, you know, stuff like that. That allows you, this, people don't expect that you know how to use this talent, and that allows you to get a good value out of it. Obviously, ship with the extra gold. I mean, that is a must-have that allows you to kill things with Thalnos easily, and that kind of protects you and increases your fighting potential at the same time. Arcane Blast is pretty low level, as you can see, but it's enough to kill things. It hits like a truck. And Holy Nova, both of these talents work really well. This is going to be overheal. You don't need that, so you're not going to get any value. So I would take either this or Inner Fire, but I prefer this just to make yourself tankier a little bit. So it's kind of like a Holy Nova with the element of cheat death, kind of. That is what I use. So the key when you play Thalnos, the idea is you always have to have enough gold to give a huge to do huge damage using your spells, to heal yourself, do all of that at the same time. You need to have a lot of gold. If you have Thalnos and like you have enough gold for a polymorph, you might lose your Thalnos. So you always have to be ready for everything, especially the very first couple of Thalnoses. You must protect them just by any cost. Doesn't matter what it costs you, just throw all the resources to protect first Thalnos. Because that first Thalnos can actually win you the game right away. You will see it in the games, okay? Let's take a look at some games. All right, let's go. We're going against Charlga. Charlga, that means that we can either have a huge push, or we can have Charlga, you know, the stacking Charlga. Let's call it this way. As you can see, we're looking at the Huntress and the Prowler. That means he is throwing a kind of big push right on us. And this is actually something we couldn't even dream of. Because now we can group up these big fat units and AoE the crap out of them. Okay? I go like this. So I polymorph these things, because otherwise Safe Pilot would have killed my Thalnos because it's polymorphed. Polymorph it, boom. Boom. I deploy Quillbore so it doesn't one-shot my Thalnos. And now I healed my Thalnos. See, all of that happened because I had enough gold. Try to have enough gold for the first fight, because the enemy is going to put a lot of effort to kill your first Thalnos, because the enemy knows. See, I was about to deploy second Thalnos, but then I knew what I just said, and I decided to do a fight first. Okay, boom, boom, everything dead, and I lost my Thalnos. I didn't expect that to happen, obviously. But you understand the idea. If my Thalnos would have made it, I would have healed my Thalnos with Holy Nova, and I would have done a lot of damage to the core. Yeah, that's what we do. This is pure micro. There is nothing like there is no tricks here. You just hide your Thalnos, and yeah. And then Thalnos gets out of ship and he kills everything, but it didn't work. Yeah. He is not strong enough. He is too low level. Every time you deploy him, you get extra level. Don't forget. I believe I'm going to throw my alpha male miner. See what I'm doing? Boom. I just wasted Arcane Blast. Should have even used it. I should have used my Holy Nova right away. But maybe if I only used Holy Nova, Safe Pilot wouldn't have died. I don't know. It ended. I had happy ending, so it's fine. Right? I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna polymorph Huntress because I know. Yeah, but everything is against me. Huntress hits really hard because I don't have any resistances against Huntress. One Thalnos made it to the core, but that means absolutely nothing. I can still lose. He will not do a lot of damage, you see. He did one hit and Huntress one-shot him because Huntress has ambush. Now he's gonna try to do something else. He will do like this, like that. Yeah, so it's all about how you manage your spells. And like I said, even I make mistakes from time to time, right? So I made a mistake now. I deployed Thalnos while having no gold to actually protect my top Thalnos. And that's why my top Thalnos is gonna die like an idiot. And this bitch is gonna get gold chest, which is unacceptable, but that's how much of an idiot I am. I'm just cycling through, deploying miner. Again, it's not over yet. He did do some damage, but again, we have plenty of opportunities, and we might make it. Yeah, there we go. This is perfect example of how to play like an idiot and still win. So what we do, the problem of this guy is that he does not have high level Charlga, and his units are still low level, level 9 and 10. So right now I'm just gonna come to his core and I'm gonna kill his core because his units are really easy to kill. I'm level 20. I stacked enough levels on my Hogger, and now watch, bam, bam, bam. Everything dies really quickly because my Thalnos now hits like a freaking truck. And that's how you win this game. Yeah, you hide it, ship it, you arcane blast it so it becomes visible, and now everything boom, 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 boom. That's how you do it. It takes some time sometimes because you have to stack levels. This is Cairn, but the reason why I decided to show it is because, first of all, this Cairn knows what the fuck he's doing. This is Jim, for those who don't know. This is like one of the top alpha males in the community. And the second, it actually worked. It works really well, even though it's 5 gold. But don't forget, we use Rend for 6 gold, so expensive gold cost for a hero is not an excuse anymore. Okay, he spawned Cairn up, and he's trying to kill our Thalnos, and the Cairn is damaging our core. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'm going to deploy one more Thalnos, and it hits hard. It hit Cairn hard. So, yeah, pretty... There is not much we can do. I was trying to distract Tauren with my Quillbore, but I didn't deploy it correctly. That's why well, my Thalnos almost died, but almost doesn't count, right? So we barely killed Cairn at our core, and look how much damage one level 9 Cairn did to our core. So yeah, it wasn't easy. Look what's going. Yeah, right now I'm level 16. And he is level 10, and we still have to put some effort to kill this guy. Yeah, our safe pilot is coming, boom. But at this point there's not much he can do. However, if he finds a way to get to our core once, he will actually beat the crap out of us. Stonehoof Tauren, and then we're gonna hide it like this so it doesn't die, and then yeah, we kill it. Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna heal our Thalnoses, and our Thalnoses are gonna do a shitload of damage. As soon as they kill everybody, there we go. Boom. That's how you do it. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. That's how you play Thalnos. Make sure you always have gold to give, like, to do one big fight at the start. It's very important. If you lose this first fight, you might not make it back. I believe this is going to be a loss. Murlocs, we kind of ignore them. I could just remove their bubble. I could remove this bubble with Arcane Blast, but I decided to see what happens next, because it starts off, if for some reason starts too easily for me. Yeah, there we go. We kill Prowler. I was not fast enough, was not quick enough, and I lost my Thalnos. It actually might cost me the game. Maybe it will be the reason why I'm gonna lose this match. Yeah, throw new Thalnos, trying to recover, trying to get some extra levels to kill everything. We're deploying this miner to pretty much taunt Quillbore and Murlocs. Safe pilot is coming. We haul it over ourselves. Getting extra, like using smoke bomb to get extra levels. Tune. We are summoning. Summoning Quillbore, that dies right away. Everything dies. As you can see, he is not using any heroes. So he's not stuck in anything. He's just purely he purely shows a good micro, and he kills everything that I deploy. Now, I don't know if he uses the 30% bonus on a Prowler or double damage on full HP targets. I cannot tell you. And he manages to get the gold, and he does some damage to our core. The problem is that I cannot do any damage to his core, because I thought it wasn't a big deal. Because oh my god. As you can see, he kills everything every time. I don't know if it's my performance or it's because of this is a very small map, but that is what's happening. I'm trying to protect my core by allowing to eat my miner alive, but it doesn't help much. He still manages to hit my core a few times. Again, the formula is very simple. Sometimes shit doesn't go your way. I found a way to fix it. Yeah, I just hide my Thalnos now, and again, you don't have a lot of chances against melee targets. One Prowler, see how much damage it does to you if it gets to you, even though Prowler was level 9 and you're level 14. So I'm hoping to get some value out of this polymorph, but it's not really working out. My Cobalt is going to die, but I still have hope. I don't know that I'm going to lose this game, right? So level 13. with lifesteal, taunting this Quillbore. Overtime starts. I hope to get something out of this overtime, but it's not working out. Two. The Prowler makes it to my core again. He will damage my core again. I have these 2 eye holes damaging my core, and I believe this is the end of this round that I lost. Yeah. I cannot explain why it went so bad. I actually can. It's just no, I can't. So yeah, shit happens. Again, no hero stacking because I believe it's a small map. That's why I just didn't have time to actually out level his units with my Thalnos. And his units were pretty much, all of them were counter to my Thalnos. Okay, never mind. I believe it's, what is this? Is this a Hogger we're playing against? Yeah. Yep. My first Thalnos dies like a bitch. Nothing you can do. I'm throwing new Thalnos. Our Hogger is level 9. I mean, his Hogger is level 9. Right now in a very good situation. We'll be able to kill all of that on the bridge. I don't know why I wasted Holy Nova on Hogger and Murlocs. Didn't even damage Murlocs, but that's okay, I guess. I threw my Quillbore hoping that it's time for gold chest to respawn, but I made a mistake, and it's not. Gold chests are not coming. There's nothing you can do. My Prowler is trying to kill my tower. I believe my miner is going to be enough to kill the Prowler and get the tower back. I lost my Thalnos on top, but the new one is coming. He's sending a new Prowler to get the tower back. We're going to kill this Murloc, and then we're going to kill this Prowler. And then he is sending new Hogger, really high level. I mean, he's not high level, but it's enough to kill our Thalnos if it's not supported by any spells or something. Yeah, we managed to kill it, but without spells, we wouldn't have made it, even though Hogger was much lower level than Thalnos. 2. Okay, we heal our Thalnos. We managed, maybe it was luck, maybe it was my skill, who knows. We managed to to deploy Quillbore on time, and that's why Prowler was attacking Quillbore. It didn't attack our Thalnos. Our Thalnos is level 18, as you can see. Look how much damage it did to the enemy's core. Now I have 2 Thalnoses that are about to beat the shit out of him. I'm preparing my spells like this. By the way, I believe... Oh, that's not what happened. It was a different game, yeah. This is how you play Thalnos. These are my 4 decks. This is what I do. I expect to get 20k using these 4 decks. That's all.